are the aliens black?
Ain't nobody asking that shit.
Yo, there's some ignorant shit that I'm about to ask you guys right now. How many of us are wondering, are they melanated? Because I want to fucking know, because they never talk about any. When it comes to aliens, they talk about insectoids, reptilians, grays, the white aliens. What about the black aliens? Where are they?
Yeah.
Where are the nigga aliens?
I don't know, but their chicken must be amazing. But anyway.
Don't you be a fool, you finna hear the truth. Watch me do what I do on the pod with the mic, and I ain't keeping it cool. Gotta bring the heat, gotta hit the street, gotta stay 100, they ain't scaring me. You want a censor a boss, you want a censor a king. I'm not taking a loss, facts is all I bring. I'm speaking candidly, ancestors they stand with me. It's Pharaoh and Dessalines, the blunt of reality.
What's going on, Blunt Tears? It's your boy, Dessalines.
Here with Pharaoh, we got a whole new episode for you guys, and today we're talking about Mr. Julian Brown himself, the man, the myth, the legend. You want to read the article for us, Dessalines?
Yes, sir. Blunt Tears, let me go ahead and let you know who exactly this young man is. He's a young scientist by the age of 21 years old. I'm about to read this article off online about who he is real quick. Hold on one second. Julian Brown, where's he from again? He's an American influencer and innovator known for developing a prototype plastic to fuel conversion device called Plastoline. He is also working to turn pollution into a source of energy through his company called Nature Jab. That's basically who he is. What's that other article that we had and all of that? Let me see. You sent it to me on my thing. Okay. Hold on one second. We're going to fast forward all this. Oh, there it is. So recently, this scientist, Julian Brown, he went missing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people who've been paying attention to his work on social media has been like, yo, what's going on? Did somebody do something to him? We don't know. So, but the missing inventor's mother of Julian Brown says he is safe after he went dark online following ominous Instagram posts. So he got a little, you know what I'm saying, suspicious about some people.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the video on the 25th of June, yo. He actually admitted that there are people he said that this might be his last, this might be his, he might be leaving Earth soon. Pretty much he's gotten like threats on his life and shit like that. I got the video right here if anybody wants to, Blunt Tears, if you want to watch this video. Give me 1 second.
Play a little bit of it. That's some wild shit, man.
Yeah.
You know I got a lot to mention about when it comes to that type of stuff.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Into building, into growing.
Oh, that's him right there?
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to live long. And that's why I put every day, every hour, every minute into building, into growing. Why am I out here working on this plastic into fuel reactor I've been working on for 5 years, since I was 17? Why am I out here in 100-degree weather? Why am I out here despite being falsely accused and reported to the EPA and the IRS? Why am I out here despite weird black helicopters that turn off their radar transponder circling me 6 times at night? Why am I out here sleeping in my van, crazy humidity, mosquitoes, gnats flying in, and yet I still do it? Why am I out here despite having to drive 4 hours every time I...
Yo.
Why?
Hold on, bro. It's my fault. You was about to go ahead.
I was going to say, why does he do it? Well, because this is what he loves to do. And, there's many of us who believe in the greater good. And you got someone like this. Yo, he is 21 years old. He's been working on this project since he was 17. I'm not going to lie to you. He's accomplished more things than most Americans have in their entire lifetime. So I want to give an applause to Julian Brown.
I won't. Yeah. So it's insane because he said he started this project when he was 17 years old. And for a young cat at that age to be motivated enough to be like, I want to save the world. We're talking about a modern day superhero right now.
Yeah.
Because not in the sense that he's not only saving the human race with this type of invention that if perfected can end, the whole energy crisis. But we're talking about something that can also, heal the world at a very immensely fast pace.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking about also cleaning up pollution.
Yeah.
Think about it, right? He has a reactor that pretty much takes plastic and converts it into fuel. That already solves the issue for plastic, in the oceans, on land, everywhere you can think of. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is a solution. And when I think of things like this, right, it takes me to a place where it makes me ask these questions like, okay, who are the families that are in charge of the diesel/gas enterprise? Because you have to think these are the people that he's going to be, going up against at the moment.
Right. I agree. And that's what's dangerous about capitalism, right? Yeah. All right. Let's say we got beef in the streets. I like taking it here.
All right, come on.
Let's say me and Pharaoh, Dessalines and Pharaoh got beef in the streets. He got one part of the hood, I got the other. It's going to be real easy for somebody to know that type of beef and know who to go to because we have a small circle of actual people who are physically next to us. Now, we're talking about multi-billion, possibly trillion-dollar companies who are within the energy industry and the oil industry. These are corporations with no faces.
Yeah.
We're talking about motherfuckers who could hire private investigators, have black helicopters, have private mercenaries on foreign land if need be to make specific deals, multi-billion, multi-million-dollar deals. This is far beyond any of us, Bluntiers. Mm-hmm. So it's hard for us to even grasp something like that.
Right.
Now, of course, it connects to secret government agencies. Of course, it connects to probably the CIA, probably other interested parties in other countries, other part of the world. It's boring shit.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's boring shit. If you want to go down that rabbit hole, you feel free to do so. But when it comes to somebody like Julian Brown, he's talking about black helicopters over his house. He's talking about people, just basically like harass him, basically, instead of him actually getting support. Mm-hmm. It's dangerous.
Yo, this reminds me of Nikola Tesla. Bluntiz, if you don't know, Nikola Tesla, he wanted to create free energy, correct? Now, you got to understand around that time, electricity was the main source of energy. Now, if you create energy out of nothing, you completely destroy a whole monopoly itself, right? So
is that 100%?
What do you mean? Is what 100%?
So this is the conversation that needs to be had. You just asked the correct question. You just said if you create a free energy, that destroys an entire monopoly.
Yeah.
But when have you had the current capitalistic society be held back from any sort of new energy? There's always a new way to what? Capitalize. Mm-hmm. There's always a new way to capitalize. Even if he creates this new thing, right?
Yeah.
And he starts to bankrupt oil industries, the only thing they're going to have to do is basically probably steal his patent. That's
true, but at the same time, why would you want to reinvent? You wouldn't want to start something that you already have currently. You'd probably take his patent and put it on the shelf like some record labels do, right? You wouldn't
well, you
shake
gotta
up
slow it down. Explain that to the people.
So in the music industry, oftentimes, say I get Dessalines and I want him as an artist, right? Now, in order to control this artist, I will take his music and pretty much own all his rights to put his music out.
How?
And I will through the masters and what's the other thing? I forgot, man.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but
yeah.
How would you convince that artist to get under your wing so you could shelf his music? How do you do that?
I'm not gonna lie. You gotta take it from here.
You would have to. No, basically, you would be signing an artist. This is
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like some people sign specific artists to put their music on the shelf to push another artist that's under their label. If that makes any sense. So that's why I was thinking about when you said that.
And also control too. So when we break it down, it's all about control. Now with Julian Brown, it's just. You got a one-man army. Unfortunately, I root for people like this because think about it like this: when you have these families, these enterprises that control these monopolies, oftentimes, bro, it's not for the benefit of humans. You know what I'm saying? It's really to control them. It's about greed and it's about money. And when it comes to certain things like this, man, you're shaking up monopolies. And unfortunately, I root for these type of things, but these are hard things to actually get done. You know what I mean? Like I believe in change. I believe in this, but we need a like, it's one person that's doing this, man. It's kind of hard to believe that these things can be done, bro.
I disagree. I don't think it's one person.
You don't think it's one person?
It's never one person. When you have a corporation, my dude.
I'm talking about as far as him against these.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Of course, but he is one person in this particular instance. Yeah, but I thought you were talking about the other people, like far as the corporations who might be responsible. But yeah, in this instance, he is an army of his own.
Yeah,
like you said, and he's not the first one to go through this.
Nope.
He can I mention this other person?
Yeah.
So not too long ago, there's been many people probably who have been blacklisted is what I like to call it, man. Basically black ops missions taking out people who have inventions or information that, you know, the government or whoever the powers may be decide, yo, the world's not ready for this yet, man. We still trying to make money off this oil.
Word, yo.
I know you got water and you found out a way to make a car move through water. You got a water powered car? Oh, no, we can't have that.
Yeah.
What up? There's an article I was about to read that had just to do with that. His name was Stanley Mayer, and there's this article about the mysterious death of him. He had basically created an engine similar to this guy, for a car that runs on water, which is unheard of.
You said a car that runs on water.
On water, dog. On water. There's people. Yo, listen. There's threats that consistently come up, and they're quietly shut up.
Yeah.
But now with social media in today's society, what happens is they have to find new creative ways to shut these motherfuckers down.
Right.
Because they're popping up left and right. That's why they're trying to dumb down our generations, our children. Because we were talking about this the other day, right, Pharaoh? How we need to make sure our future generations of our children are smarter by making sure they're healthy, making sure we're not pumping them full of pharmaceuticals, and making sure they're educated the proper way. Now, these are simple like equations to raise a healthy young adult. But we choose not to as a society, i.e. Western civilization, because what happens is they don't want too many smart people like Julian Brown, like a person who can actually turn water into fuel for a car, because what? It makes an imbalance for the people in power. They don't want that shit to happen. They don't care about, 100 years from now? For what? I care about within the next 10 years.
You know
what's gonna be in my portfolio in the next 5 years. That's how these people are thinking of at the top, who's controlling these situations.
You know, when I think of shit like this, it reaffirms that the evil people at the top will stop at nothing to slow down our spiritual and technological enlightenment, man, because these people are so greedy that they would risk humans evolving because of pure greed. So they'll risk it. They'll risk not evolving just for pure like shit for themselves, like their sake, bro. Like,
yeah,
shit. When I think of shit like that, yo, that shit gets me pissed off, man, because now it's like they're sacrificing us.
Oh yeah. It's
like,
definitely a sacrifice.
Think of all of the inventors that were snuffed prematurely.
Yeah.
Where would the human race be as a society itself? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If these people weren't prematurely snuffed out,
where would society be?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on exactly where would the human race be if the leaders were actually had the good of all of mankind for thousands of years in mind.
Yeah, not even thousands. Just think of a 200 period span, bro. We would be so far ahead right now.
Let's say 200 years. Let's say but the thing is, they don't have mankind in mind. they have their own
selective group of elites that they think
like they have. It's such
evil bloodlines.
Nah, it's a fact, bro.
Yeah.
They got bloodlines they worried about, not actual populations. And I think that's a good topic to bring up too. Like when you have bloodlines you worried about instead of entire populations, you're what you want doesn't align with the human race, to be honest, man. Because you got to think about it. All right, I'm gonna switch this up completely, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I was watching Joe Rogan not too long ago, and I've also seen a couple of articles online. I don't be paying attention to a lot of these people who study space be saying sometimes, because you can't really trust nobody no more,
right?
When it comes to that shit. But apparently there is an object coming in space that's going out of space. Yeah.
I was like, coming. You know what? I'll read this article in about a week or two. Yeah. I don't feel like dealing with this shit right now.
So Blood Tears, basically there's an object that a Harvard professor said might be alien technology hurling towards Earth. Now, other scientists are disagreeing with him, because it's coming from far away, and they said it's going to probably reach Earth by 2027. But he's saying, the way the shit is moving, the way it's looking, the way it's getting closer, nigga, it might be from an alien civilization.
All right, the question that everybody wants, I'm sorry, keep your thought, right? Yeah. The question everybody wants to know is, are the aliens black?
Ain't nobody asking that shit.
You crazy. Hey, yo. How many of us are wondering, there's some ignorant shit that I'm about to ask you guys right now. How many of us are wondering, are they melanated? Because I want to fucking know, because they never talk about when it comes to aliens, they talk about insectoids, reptilians, grays, fucking the white aliens. What about the black aliens? Where are they?
Yeah.
Where are the nigga aliens?
I don't know, but their chicken must be amazing. But anyway, nah. The only reason why I even brought this up, right, to connect to what we're talking about, is the simple fact that, like, what if these aliens are coming through, and it's like we're not even prepared, right? That's one. Mm-hmm. Let's say they come through like, we just stopping on the block. Damn, y'all niggas still at war? What? Y'all still got starving species, intelligent species on your planet? Hold on. Wait. Y'all polluting your own planet? It's a living organism, right? You know it has a heartbeat. Earth has a heartbeat, right? You're killing the thing that's feeding you and keeping you alive.
That's insane.
That's your species? Hey, we out of here, man. This is not the neighborhood we want to be. People thinking like, they might be violent. They might want to take over. Take over what? All we know is war. All we do is fight each other.
We might be one of the greatest war species in this entire universe. Shit, we might be locked out. We might be on a prison planet.
Hey,
there might be a dome. People might have never been into space. Who knows?
Here you go with that shit again. Nah. All right, that could be a truth, but at the same time, we have to. I only brought it to make it how minuscule our minds are when it comes to this capitalism shit. I understand that it was a huge, great wave in the beginning, the industrial complex. It was booming. It gave people jobs. We could push forward as a human species. Society was great. We building cribs, was all that. But now we have more knowledge as an entirety. We have to understand, man. Like a person who literally is trying to save the planet by turning plastic into fuel or energy, and he has to worry about his life. Like, come on, dog.
Something's going on within the universe or Earth itself. The revolutionary people are just becoming more and more younger. There's something going on. You know what I'm saying? They're not old anymore. They're younger and younger. You know what I'm saying? This is probably Earth's way of saying, like, hurry up and change the planet, because why like I just don't understand, man, because
it is what it is, man. And the thing is, we have to be grateful, because me and you and a lot of people who are out there, they're people who are fighting the fight. They have the intellectual capacity to go through the critical thinking, to understand where we are as a people, and understand that look, this is wrong. Like let's try to do better. And people are trying to do little things here and here, little by little, but we worry about petty things, man. We worry about petty things right now in society, dog. Like, and it's when I wonder with these scientific communities who study physics, who study the space, who study, everything that has to do with the planet Earth. I always think about like, yo, bro, why haven't y'all taken over yet? You have the intellectuality to understand what a fucking bacteria is fucking another bacteria, but you can't solve world hunger. Fuck you.
I mean, that's because the people who actually have the balls to carry out a lot of things, sometimes they're not the smartest people. They're the ones who have the most I don't really know how to explain it. They have the most fucking will to get certain things done. Sometimes people,
it's also interest. Genius. It's also interest and innocence.
Yeah,
it's
you're
interest,
right.
Innocence, and ignorance. Wow, that's 3 eyes right there. I didn't even know that. Interest, innocence, and interest, innocence, and ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if you're only interested in a certain placement in science, you're not going to think about societal problems. That's what political scientists are for. There's also ignorance. Some people who are the smartest people on the planet don't understand how nefarious these leaders could actually be.
Yep.
Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it has to do with all of that, and it's hard for them to go down rabbit holes because a lot of people don't got time to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they get away with a lot of stuff. That's how we get to some place like COVID-19, because you don't have people who's going down the rabbit hole unless there's some crazy nigga like Alex Jones.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And we need more leaders who are willing to go to that place of, okay, hold on, wait a minute, there's something fishy going on. This shouldn't be like that. That's why I like what RFK is doing. He just fired like 16 individuals off of some panel that had to do with accepting certain vaccines. And the reason why he fired these people who were on the panel, who had the choice to vote whether certain vaccines got pushed through, was because some of them were getting paid for pushing certain vaccines through. You understand what I'm saying? He's like, yo, they had conflict of interest with 16 people on this panel. Motherfuckers making millions of dollars off of votes with things that might be poisoning a whole population of people.
Yo, greed has a
son.
Yo, greed has a hold on the minds of human beings, yo. Like, this is something, these are hurdles we need to overcome as a species, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if we do not get over this hurdle of greed, we are fucked as a society, bro. These are the type of people that do not need to have power. Thank God that, not to overly romanticize, you feel me, the idea of RFK, you feel what I'm saying? But when you have somebody like that, in position of power, and he's able to identify corruptness early, get them the fuck out of here. And I applaud that.
I mean, 100. I applaud that too, and it's applause. It's applauding. Like one, we know what happened to his uncle. We talked about that before.
Facts.
We're talking about somebody whose literal uncle was assassinated on American soil for things that we could get into, but that's another episode.
That is.
But it had a lot to do. His heart. He had a heart. That's what it was. He could not exist. Like, there's certain people who want power. From what we've learned, you cannot have too much of a heart. That's why when we talked about Burkina Faso and all of that, how he's using the resource, he kicked the French out and he took over. My fault, not Burkina Faso, but the leader of Burkina Faso right now, what he's doing, he's literally taking the resources from the land and giving it back to the people who live there.
Yeah,
and he's inspired an entire generation in Africa, and what that is going to inspire is more like smarter people who's going to want to do the same thing. They're going to be inspired.
Yeah, you know what I wanted to mention also? We have to be able, because I'm gonna say this, we have to be able to identify the corruption that's going on in the world and pass on ideas to people who are in position of power to actually make change.
But why would they?
I'm gonna say this right. Hold on. Give understanding Abraham Traore, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you came up with an idea, like say this kid Julian Brown, right, presented this idea to someone like Abraham Traore. This is valuable information. What it seems like is America isn't ready to. This is what we're gonna make. We're gonna put pressure on the leaders of this country because we'll just take the inventions elsewhere, right?
Right.
It seems as if America isn't ready to become technologically advanced or break away from certain industries. So I'm going to take my business elsewhere. And I think I know it sounds crazy, right? It sounds crazy, but bro, what else is there to do when your own country doesn't see this as something that
I agree.
revolutionary?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just a cynic.
Or am I just talking some bullshit?
No, you're not talking bullshit. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm just a cynic. I'm cynical. I'm sinister. Like, everything you just said was positive. I'm like, yo, I think the worst thing. See, look, red dot on the forehead type shit. Nah, that's what I was thinking. The whole time, I'm like, yo, look, could you imagine? There was a guy who created something in Africa. I forget his name. We should have had it. But basically, he was in Africa and he created a machine that gave out literal free energy.
Right.
And the locals came to him and was like, yo, you gotta stop this, yo. Like the local government, they were like, yo, it was a country in Africa. He created, they're creating stuff in Africa because you gotta remember, in certain parts, they don't got nothing except their brains, and they're creating these amazing things, and there are people who are noticing it and probably putting that a stop to it here and there.
I see what it is.
Going. So if you got somebody like Julian Brown, right? Mm-hmm. You got somebody like Julian Brown, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to Burkina Faso. If you have him who goes over there, you think the CIA not on his ass?
Yo, you know what I'm
Come on, dog.
I'm beginning to understand, right? Because the juices are flowing. Pause. Right? I'm starting to see that I'm not gonna lie, I lost my train of thought, so we're gonna take this further. Because look, while you was talking, I was thinking about something, and you feel me as it went on. You feel me, but yeah, you can continue.
Nah. So basically, when you have somebody like Julian Brown, and he has this type of invention that turns plastic into fuel.
Yeah,
like you were saying before, there are countries that will take advantage of that.
Yeah.
That would be like, yo, look, this would be great for my country. Not only that, we would be able to capitalize off of it and also trade with other countries to make my country better and have my people eat, give my people jobs on a new thing that we don't have to rely on with, other countries. You understand what I'm saying? And at the same time, you're doing something positive for the world. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why is that not the entire world? China, Russia, some countries in Europe. Fuck France. America, Canada. Why are they not all? This is crazy. This would be a great way to take plastic out the oceans. Why?
Well, because it's a big club and you're not in it. That's why.
Exactly.
That's
oil
why.
Companies. That's why. That's the main reason why, bro. Energy companies. That's why. That's the main reason why, bro.
They're not in the business of cleaning up the earth. What the fuck?
Son,
and that's just plain simple. And you know what?
They've done the math already too. They're like,
right.
yo, if we keep doing what we doing, Earth will be all right. It's going to take about 300, 400 years, 500 years before it really does some bullshit to the Earth. So we're going to be good. Let's get this money. They wilding. That's their mentality. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Because we could prove that, we fucking it up. We fucking the Earth up. But that community, the way they fight about it is, it's not going to be that soon.
I see why they snuff out these people early on in life before they can make change, because it's all about the collective consciousness. Think about it like this, right? You can stop one person. You can stop 10 people. You can stop 100 people. But if you have thousands of people waking up, this is why I said collective consciousness. If you have thousands of people waking up at a time, creating these inventions, this is why they try so hard to dumb us down, because it's the collective consciousness. They're afraid of what we can actually do once we awake. You know what I mean? So this is exactly why, these people try so damn hard. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm rooting for the awakening of humans on this planet, because greed has taken over, and we need to snuff these people out. These are my final thoughts. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I'm gonna say this last thing. Yo, shout out to Julian Brown. We commend you over here in the Blunt of Reality. Keep it going.
Can I drop a bar from Julian Brown? Real
Absolutely.
quick? Shout out to Julian Brown on that shit, man. My fault. You got
A young black brother, you know, doing things that most people around the world isn't even accomplishing, bro. You are doing things that I wish I was able to do. And I'm not going to lie to you. You inspired me as a 30-year-old plus man, right? You inspired me to do great, be great, and continue on, bro. And we're gonna forever talk about you on the Blunt of Reality, because also he also did meet up with Moses West. Remember, he has the that generator that takes the, you know, he creates water out of thin air.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're watching you guys, yo. The world is paying attention, America's paying attention, and people like us will continue to shed light. You know what I mean? Plastoline, let them know what you think, man.
No, I definitely agree. Shout out to all y'all. Definitely keep in contact. Stay strong. Don't be afraid. Well, I don't need to tell you because y'all already brave just for doing exactly what you're doing. I wanted to react to one thing you said before. You said that they try so hard to snuff out these people early on, et cetera, right?
Yeah.
And I semi disagree with that, because I feel like it's become so easy at this point, as far as when you have control of the media, when you have control of social media, when you have control of a whole bunch of shit, it's like so easy for people to be distracted. It's easy for them to distract niggas from, okay, they're distracted. All right, let's snuff this guy out real quick. It's gonna be easy. Just we can't have that right now. But besides all of that, that's my sinister mind thinking right there, because I like to be. It's like chess. You feel me? Life is like chess. I like thinking about what that other side is capable of doing, and what we can possibly do to stop the motherfuckers, to be honest. But at the end of the day, yeah. Shout out to Julian Brown. Please keep doing what you're doing, man. Like, we're gonna be following you. Stay safe. Hopefully there's some sponsor who's capable of taking what you have and making it on a larger scale. And you know,
Can you imagine if he had fucking like money just to put into that fucking idea?
Yes, sir.
Elon Musk, what? Think about, and I'm not gonna lie, and we over romanticize white smart motherfuckers. I'm not gonna lie, we over romanticize these people a lot. And when I see motherfuckers like, yo, this nigga is 21 years old, bro.
Right.
21 years old, competing with the most intelligent people in the fucking planet. Let's fucking get it. Drop these fucking bombs.
It's
reality, baby. It's the blunt of reality,
it's only chapter 1 for him too. It's the blunt of reality. You got anything else, Pharaoh?
Man, we out, baby.
And we out.
Don't you be a fool, you finna hear the truth. Watch me do what I do on the pod with the mic, and I ain't keeping it cool. Gotta bring the heat, gotta hit the street. Gotta stay 100, they ain't scaring me. You want a censor a boss, you want a censor a king. I'm not taking a loss, facts is all I bring. I'm speaking candidly, ancestors they stand with me. It's Pharaoh and Dessalines, the blunt of reality.